Yeah, there's nothing like a good old knife. Hickok 45. You know, when you live out in the wilds like this and you have a little land and you're trying to keep trails maintained and keeping your eye out for bears, no, nothing like a nice tool. And you know, I've been really remiss in not doing more knife videos because I really like knives. You would never know it, would you? 2 years of doing these crazy shooting videos, I think I had one knife video. And I have a variety of knives that I use on the farm, use on the place here. We've used them for years. One of the types of knives, you know, other than a pocket knife, that of course is the most useful tool going, I guess, that most of us that are not too urbanized and cityfied use probably every hour on something. But a knife with a little size to it is really handy if you have a place and you have trails you're kind of maintaining, all right? You can walk around with all sorts of things to do that, but if you just happen to have a knife with you, you take it with you and you're out in the summer and you're just doing, you know, different hikes and whatever you're up to, something with a little size to it. I call them hacking knives. A lot of people collect these knives or love these big old Bowie knives, these types of knives, just because they're so cool. Yeah, let's just face it, they're cool. I like them for that reason, and I've always been attracted to them for that reason, as well as the fact that they're so practical, because since the very early 80s I've had a place where I needed a knife like this or something, you know, and to me this is cooler and more fun than just dragging along some, I don't know, some saw I picked up at Ace Hardware, you know. So anyway, we use these knives. They just are handy, you know, maintaining trails. The winter is a good time to come through if you are just maintaining a trail, or you are contemplating making a better trail through an area like this where we want to maybe be able to bring the tractor through more easily. You know, these old dead trees, and some are not dead, but they're just maybe in the way. You need a little trimming, not really to kill them, just get some of the growth off of them that once they get leaves on them, on some of this growth, it's exaggerated by tenfold, and you can't even see where you're going. And so as we move on through here, looks pretty good. We're going to be able to drive right up through here, I think, kind of where we want to come. Yeah. And this grass, so we won't be able to walk through here too. It's always nice. I don't like to actually kill most of the trees. Now, if there's a tree that's really in the way for what we have in mind, I'll take it out. I'm not shy about that. We have, you know, so many trees, and I've let probably 15 to 20 acres that had been mowed for hay. I've let it grow up into woods, and over the last 25 years, so we've created a really nice area of wooded. This was always woods right here, but we've increased that by 15-20 acres. So yeah, we do manage it. One thing I wanted to, I know I always get questions about knives and anything I have in a video. I'm really bad about letting you know where I got them. Now this is not one of them that we've had in a long time. We were out just kind of hacking around with it. I picked this thing up at a gun show recently, in fact last weekend, and I just wanted to get out and try it out because it's exactly the kind of knife I like, in a perfect size for this sort of hacking. And it just so happens this is an old Camillus Cutlery, as I understand, went out of business. And a fellow I ran into at the gun show had bought some of their blades, and this our very best. That's one of their brand old products, Camillus Cutlery Company. And then he put a micarta handle on it, some leather there. Tells me it's full tang. That's something I always ask, you know, as he was making it. And I didn't know the guy. He's I'll put the information on in the description. He's at Mount Juliet, Hunter's Den or something like that. But I just, whenever I run across something like this in a nice, I guess that's about a 1/4 inch stock, you know, I just love knives like this. You're not going to break them. They're just really handy. They're almost like a hatchet, you know, in so many ways. And they actually have a lot of use. So, good old Bowie knife. Jim Bowie isn't the only one who can appreciate a really nice knife. And these are good for, you know, just whatever you want to do with them. You're camping and you take down something that's got some size to it. Now this thing looks like it's been dead for about 20 years, so it's pretty tough to cut on. But if you were looking for something you could cut pieces that size. If that were fresh, I had to cut in half just in that little bit of chopping with something like this, but it's really dead and really hard. But anyway, good old knife. You can't beat a big knife if you have any kind of use for it at all, if it's only to hang over the fireplace, you know. Just a beautiful piece of cutlery. I think most of us gun guys, gun gals, just really appreciate a good old knife like that. I'm not sure what length that blade is, but it's about that long though. And it's just right. Oh. Everything in the woods is intimidated by Hickok 45. What can I say? See you later. Life is good.